Today is January the 25th, 2021. This is the Service Hero Show, 365 Days of Awesome. Celebrate success through service. My name is Tamara Hunter, and I am your host. This is the show that shares inspiring stories of those that are inspiring others. So let's do this. Today we have a service hero from the land over the pond. Yes, wink, wink, you know that one. The one that we call UK, England, the United Kingdom. I call our service hero a friend. Mark Stephen Puller is someone that I met actually from another friend, Linda Duong, an international group we're talking. Linda in Australia. She says, Tamara, you need to meet this amazing man. He's over in the UK. We meet and since then have become very good friends, buddies, people that we can rely upon, people that we can ask questions of. This man has a story that is so powerful and inspiring. You talk about inspiring. Oh my. By the time we're done with this hour, you're not only going to agree with me that yes, Mark Stephen Puller is a service hero. You're also going to agree that his story is inspiring to your tiptoes. So I can't wait to get to this. Mark, welcome.
Tamara, thank you so much for the amazing introduction. We are friends. You're doing such great things in this world, serving people, and it's a true honour to be on your show today.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I honestly do. And we've got our first ambassador of the chat. We have Helene Wilson with us. Good to see you, my dear. Good to see you. And she's welcoming you as she does to everyone that comes on. Service Heroes, I'm so proud of you, Helene. Happy Monday. So, I like to share video. I like to share clips. I like to kind of let people know who we're talking to. And oh my goodness, your videos, I have to say, tell a story in themselves. Yes, and we're gonna, and I feel like we're gonna do a little time traveling here on the show, and then we're going to be making a huge announcement about what you have going on this year and shortly, and something that you guys are going to want to hang around to hear about because, well, I'll tell you this, I am excited about it, extremely excited. We're going to start here, though. We're going to start with one of your videos that, it's one of your recent ones, kind of explaining who you are. And then we're going to visit, and then we're going to take a bit of a time travel. You help people get noticed throughout the world.
Yes, I support high-profile, high-value individuals to be seen, heard and get noticed with worldwide digital media to become known globally. When you said you were sharing that video then, Tamara, I did get a little bit scared thinking, oh no, which one has she got out of the archives?
Oh, I've got a few of them. But because and let me show you why I did this, and you can always have first right of refusal if you want. However, I believe, and you say it in your words from years ago, that we all come from somewhere, and we all have a story. What does not kill us makes us stronger, right? Wink,
Yes,
wink.
yes.
And your story of the past, makes it so that now you understand. You've now walked the walk, you've traveled the road, you have been the coach, you've had the programs, you've done the one-on-one, you've done the one to group, you've done that, you've been there, you've done that, you've figured out, you broke the code, you figured out how to do it. And then you keep moving into where it is that your words are the brilliance. We can have that brilliant life, that, priceless is what I keep hearing, that brilliance, that priceless, like a gem. And your story in total lets everyone know not only are you working with the high profile people right now, that those that are watching this, that know that that's where they're going, and they're putting their 2021 together right now, their intention, their vision board, whatever they may be doing, that they too can get there too, right?
Definitely. Everyone has a story. You are so right, Tamara. And if you are a newbie entrepreneur and you're looking to get known quickly with big exposure, I can support you and help you to do it really, really fast.
I love that. I love it because, there's no time like today.
The present moment.
The present moment. You know how to treasure the present moment because okay. Do I have permission to go into your archives and share some of your archives?
You
Okay,
do.
thank you. Because there's some of them I think that open up conversation to then be able to say, okay, oh wow, I get him. And when you're working with someone at the levels that you work with, a lot of people would say, Tamara, how did you even get him on the show?
Well, that is an honour that you would say that, Tamara, but I was so happy that you asked me. I love your show and what it's about and the message that you're sharing, but I give you permission to go into my archives. But let me explain afterwards.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Okay, so I'm gonna actually start where I believe it's kind of like the going back and then coming to the future. So this is one of the sizzle reels that you had a while ago, and powerful, I will say.
The speaker has survived the types of hardship that most of us only see in movies.
I was always the guy at school that got bullied. I remember running the 3 miles home. I was very, very uncontrollable. I started drug taking and I got addicted to crack and heroin. And the next minute I woke up in hospital. I just collapsed and I died. And I ended up at rock bottom.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge coffee and natter welcome to Mark Stephen Pooler.
We all go through challenges and sometimes our world feels like it's falling down, but I want to show everyone that you can still create brilliance out of adversity. I was addicted to crack cocaine and heroin. I left school with really bad GCSE results. If you put them all together, they would spell the word fudge. That's no exaggeration. My point is, it's okay to fail. The most successful people in the world have failed the most. I was 6 years old. There was a knock at my mum's front door and it was my next door neighbours bringing me back home. And they said to my mum, we thought we better bring Mark back. He's been walking the streets. I was wearing my mum's nightie and high heels. Even even at that young age, I was just being myself. Always be yourself, people, no matter what. And I really have shared the good, the bad, the ugly, in hope that it inspires people and it helps people to see that you can come from any background and you can still make a success of yourself. And that brings me to the present moment of following my dreams and standing up in front of you guys to deliver this speech today. Thank you.
I knew it was going to be that one that you was going to share, Tamara. So that video, that's quite a few years ago now.
Yeah.
It was at the very start of my social media entrepreneurship journey. So I had done a couple of years network marketing. I had a big dream that I wanted to speak on stages and inspire others with my story. I had no profile back then, Tamara. No one knew who I was. No one would book me to speak at their events because I had no profile at the time. So what you are seeing is the very start of my journey. I created my own event and I put myself on a stage with high profile speakers to get photos with those speakers speaking on stage with them. So I created that event to launch myself as a speaker. It was right at the beginning of my journey, and the reason I'm cringing, that's also my old voice. I've had a lot of voice coaching since then, so you will notice the way I speak is a lot higher in tone and I speak a lot more fast. So I did cringe a little bit. But I think it's really important that you did share that to show that within a few years I have created a whole new reality by hard work, determination and taking action.
You know, and thank you for allowing this, because that is exactly what I wanted to have happen. Because when okay, it continues, and I have let's see.
My drug taking started to get a lot worse by then, and I started taking stronger drugs, and it was drugs like ketamine, cocaine. At my worst, I was taking £500 worth of cocaine in a night. And my body started to suffer. I started to lose weight. I started to get headaches. I went really, really thin. And I started to phone in sick to work quite a lot. In total, I did last about 3 years at that job, and I absolutely loved it. And around this time as well, all the insecurities of my life had caught up with me. And I'd started to have cosmetic procedures. So in total, I've had a hair transplant, my ears pinned back, a chin reduction, braces on my teeth, Botox. This is my old chin. If you have a look, that's my old chin. And it was like the wounds had healed, but the scars were still there. And I was never happy with myself inside. I was never happy with how I looked.
One more video, and then we're going to continue talking, because these tell the story here. One more, guys.
And welcome to What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Stronger. And why are we all here? We're here because life has a funny way of throwing things at us. They're there to challenge us. They're to test our resolve, test our experience and our strength. And what we're here to see today is a packed lineup of speakers, of people who have some incredible stories that have some quite difficult experiences as part of them. But those difficult experiences haven't shaped their identities. And in all of those cases, what's happened is that it's helped them to become stronger people. And we all face these kinds of situations. I would also like to introduce the man that has made this all possible. So can we please welcome to the stage Mr. Mark Stephen Fuller.
I wanted to put the event on today, What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Stronger, because we all go through challenges and sometimes our world feels like it's falling down, but I want to show everyone that you can still create brilliance out of adversity. So I'm really looking forward to today, and let's get on with the show.
Okay, raise your hands here if you've come to get a breakthrough in your life. Let me just have a show of hands. Okay. So, what do we mean when we say breakthrough? We use this terminology in the speaking circuit all the time. To have a breakthrough in your life is literally to have that light bulb moment in your mindset. And that's so important, because sometimes we go through life and we just do what we've always done. But there's a famous phrase, a famous quote that says, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. Would that be about right? Yes or no? Keep all your attention on your finger. And moving on, all the way around until you literally cannot go any further. Until you literally cannot go any further. And when you eventually stop at the point where you cannot go any further, I want you to look beyond that finger. Just note the point on the wall where your finger was. Just note the point on the wall where your finger was.
Good, please give a warm welcome to our host for today and our next speaker, Mark Stephen.
I just want to say, sometimes you do feel like your whole world is falling apart. But just remember, sometimes when things are falling apart, it's because something better is about to happen. Now, I want to know your true answers to this question now, and it's really, really important you answer honestly. I want to know where you score yourselves in your scores of brilliance. And you've got to shout out your answers, and I want the honest truth. So 1 is you're absolutely brilliant right now and you don't need any work. And 5 is you're absolutely dreadful, you've still got loads of work to do. And I want your truthful answers, people. So after 3, what scores of brilliance are you at right now? 1, 2, 3.
3.
Well, I think you're all amazing, and I'd give you all 1. Thank you everyone for listening today. I hope you've enjoyed my speech today, and let's get on with the rest of the show. Thank you.
Wow. So painting this whole picture and understanding, and I love that you did what you did, because it is showing again where you were, how you started to go on the road, and then all the various things that you have now done since that period of time to get you to where you are now, where you can confidently say to anyone, and that's why you're working at the level that you're working globally, that I understand, and we can do this. We can get you out there.
It made me quite emotional watching that, Tamara, because that was at the very start of me wanting to make a name for myself. I had no experience as a speaker. That was my first time speaking on a stage to an audience. And it does make me proud, actually, of how far I have actually come. So it's just when you do look backwards, and at the time it was a really difficult journey, Tamara. No one would give me the opportunities. No one wanted to book me. I spoke all over the UK for free. I didn't earn any money. and I just kept on going and going. I never give up. I kept on taking action, but it does remind me that the journey was really, really hard in the beginning, and I wasn't happy at that time. I really wanted to make something of myself, and it just took me right back there to where I am now, and it's quite humbling that I have actually created what I have created.
You have. You are the global profile builder. You have basically an empire now that you are running that on a global level. You have a very, very popular radio show that highlights those the very tip top, if you will, business people, entrepreneurs, entertainers, again, globally. You have a media empire, including, well, let's go into it. Let's brag a little, because here you were, and you knew you wanted it. And that's why I wanted to paint the picture, because this is the inspiring stories of those inspiring others. And there are so many right now that are where you were once. So many right now, especially right now, because you add in COVID and the lack of even being able to get on physical stages. So if you don't have any kind of a name for yourself and a draw, if you will, numbers to then get on the digital stages, that's a difficult go unless you know how to do it or know someone that does. We'll talk about it. This is an inspiring story in every which way you look at it, Mark.
Thank you, and you are right. It's really hard times for a lot of people out there at the moment, and everyone is online. Everything has turned virtual, and that's why I love doing what I do now in supporting people with digital media coverage to help them to get into those platforms so that they can build a profile and get noticed really quickly.
And you do. And you have the radio show, of which thank you for inviting me to be a guest on it. Let's talk about that. How long have you had it?
The radio show launched 2 years ago. It's been an amazing journey. I have interviewed some of the biggest names in personal development, business, celebrities, most of the original cast of this popular movie, The Secret, which is a law of attraction movie that many people will know. I've interviewed stars in Hollywood as well. And it's called Brilliance Business, Conversations with Leading Experts in Business, and it really puts a spotlight on the guests and shares their journey, their products, their services, and how they serve the world. I've had so many shows over the last 2 years. It really has been a great journey, and I love doing the radio show as well.
And you're on the Business Innovators Radio Network. And so it's a business oriented type of a radio network. And okay, so it's a business show, and you got a lot of people watching this show here because it's inspiring. Yeah, you do have the entertainers and such, because they're business people, right?
Yes. I do a lot of people in real estate investing, entrepreneurship, business, coaching, creatives, artists. I may be missing some there, speakers as well, celebrities, because business is such a vast, wide topic, and I like it that way. So many entrepreneurs out there say focus on one target market, and that's why I love what I do, because I don't focus on just one person. I just think it's business. I'll interview all these great people in business,
which is what That's one of the reasons we get along so well, because we understand each other in that one. Because, yes, so many people do want us to niche down. However, when you're in an area where you can actually have a wide berth, it's not that you're not niching, because you are niching. You're niching on the brilliance that your guest has to offer. And that's the commonality. And I love that. In fact, you wrote this best-selling book, international bestseller, Step into Your Brilliance. Let's talk about this.
My first book, Tips to Create the Life You Desire, I was very new into publishing. I wanted a book to launch myself as a speaker. So it was sharing my story and sharing tips and advice of how people could move forward in business and in life. When I launched Step into Your Brilliance, I already had the great story of Tips to Create the Life You Desire, but the book wasn't niche. It wasn't aimed at a target market. So at the time of Step into Your Brilliance, I was very much into public speaking coaching, which I do a bit of now. I was doing one-to-one public speaking coaching and group coaching. So I decided to still keep my personal story while sharing tips and guidance of how to use the power of speaking to grow your business. So Step into Your Brilliance is an entrepreneurship guide for those that want to speak using the power of positive storytelling and social media to position yourself as an expert. This book is actually an incredible book for newbie entrepreneurs, because it learns you how to create your own event, how to sell online, how to create a product and a service, how to create your first speech, how to deliver your speech. So it really is a great guide for budding entrepreneurs. I was so proud because it made #1 in Canada, USA, and #2 in the UK. And it's also available on Audible. I highly recommend the Audible version of it, because it's just like a training program. You can just sit and listen, and it will really support you to make progress moving forwards with social media entrepreneurship.
I love it. And in fact, I'm one of those ones that I like to listen and be looking at the book and writing, all the different, because I'm very, all of the above, and so I like all of the different pieces to really then ground it into us when it's valuable information. And so thank you for putting it in the voice form, the audible form, because that is so important. And then to be able to have the book, and yes, I am one that writes in wherever I can, like I've got the printed and then I've got it written. This is my way of doing things, because we all have our different way of learning, right? And thank you for that, because again, your story is powerful. The power of your story in that you not only were bullied and had the issues when you were a kid, and then you had the addiction issues, and then you had to get over some of those. You also then you get going in your life, and you have family members that are sick, or they think they are. And so life kept happening to you as you were evolving into this global builder, this person that not only you built yourself, your brand, your name to be a global name, you now are doing that with others that have either gotten there and you're helping them to expand or get into the right areas, or like you said, you're helping to fast track those because you know what you're doing now. Yet you had life going on, and I think that that's important for people to hear.
Yes. Obviously, it was hard through my addiction because those were really dark times for me. The icing on the cake, Tamara, was I collapsed and died from drug use. So I woke up in hospital with bruises all up my arm where adrenaline had been pumped into me, a shaven chest where shock pads had been used to bring me back to life. I was living a bad life and it was going nowhere. I really am a big advocate on the law of attraction and the thoughts that you put in your mind, and I say you can create any new future reality that you would like to desire. It starts with positive, empowering belief systems, making great choices, taking big action and repetition. And like you mentioned, not only did I have those tragedies, I did have a couple of really toxic relationships. One where my partner was an alcoholic and I would wake up from phone calls from the police saying he had been locked up and he was at the police station, and when he was drinking he would try to commit suicide. I dealt with a lot up until the age of 30. I did slowly start to create a more positive future in my 30s. I'm 39 now. I know I don't look it.
No, you don't.
And I slowly started to make progress. I will say network marketing was a big transformational moment in my life because it opened me up to the world of personal development and social media entrepreneurship. I really started working on my own self-development, and I still work on my self-development now. It's so important. I meditate, I do self-hypnosis, I use NLP, I use gratitude. Every day I go through things to be grateful for, getting little bits of exercise from dog walking, eating greens, drinking fresh water, not tap water. These are things that it does take. You have to build strong rituals when you are trying to create a new, better future.
Yes. And then that segues right into where I want to go next because of the future. You invited a few of us throughout the world to get involved in the 2021. What was it that we think? What do we think it's going to look like in 2021? I want to say thank you for inviting me to be a part of this. And what was your take home from this project that you started, and thank you for this, expert predictions for 2021 from world-class business impact makers. Thank you. I love that. Yes, guys. Yes, that's me down in the corner there. And what was your big take home, and what is your prediction?
So I really enjoyed this project actually. So I have a publishing platform which is a global platform called www.mspnewsglobal.com. It's an online premium business magazine news outlet where we shine a light on leading experts in business. Every 2 months I do the collaboration feature, which you have just shared, the one that we did for January, expert predictions. I really enjoyed this, and what I took from it was there's a lot of negativity going on in the world at the moment through this last year of the pandemic. But it truly shows that by not focusing on the negative and really focusing on all of the blessings, you can still thrive through really testing times. Always focus on the positive. As Dr. John D. Martini would say, there's a blessing in every stressing. So I really enjoyed seeing the predictions of all the experts. of what this year will come to. We had health experts on there saying around the injection, whether you should take it or not. And I think her prediction was, if you are at risk, then make the decision to have the injection. But if you aren't at a high risk, really consider whether it is worth having the injection, because at the moment it's not fully tested. But people really did share how there will be light at the end of the tunnel. People shared that the world of online has really grown stronger and it's not going anywhere, that it's going to continue to grow a lot more, and the power of online media will carry on growing. That is a great piece. I'd highly recommend people go to www.mspnewsglobal.com and go to the business category, and they will find that piece there, because it was a real quality piece. And also, my prediction definitely was that there will be light at the end of the tunnel. Near the end of the year, hopefully things will be moving more positively. Hopefully some events will be opening up again so we can get back out face to face for coffees and meeting one to one, because I know I'm missing human contact. Online media is great, but I am definitely a person of face to face contact, and I'm really hoping near the end of the year we do see light at the end of the tunnel, where events and meetings and one-to-one coffees can come open again, because I'm really missing that side of being able to run my business that way, Tamara.
Yes, and I too. Yes. One. Okay, I'm so sorry. I had to answer a question over to the side there, and so and I'm with you. In fact, we talked about that because we have had some, like, if you will, coffee morning meetings or just visits, because of sometimes we need to just do that. Say, okay, let's meet, and let's figure things out. Let's at least have some contact, though it may not be the same. It's better than not. That four-legged friend of yours, which I do know is very important to you. What's your dog's name?
My dog's name is Lily. She's 10 years old, and I have had her from 8 months old. She was my cousin's dog. My cousin's got 4 kids. When Lily was 8 years old, she was wild, uncontrollable. So I decided to have her at 8 months. She's 10 now. Just before Christmas, Tamara, I found a growth in her mouth, and I took her to the vets, and she had to have surgery just before Christmas. So just before New Year, I got a call from the vets saying that the growth was benign and it was all removed, nothing to worry about. But Lily really keeps me so much company. She's my best friend. I love her more than humans, and I'm just so glad that it was nothing sinister. And dogs are great companions. I just love her to death.
I'm glad we had a chance to highlight her. Now you've got a big project coming up, and I promised we would talk about this. You are going to be bringing your magic, and I'm so excited about this because I can't wait to see what things you pull from your little magic boxes to bring to TV. You have a TV show that you are launching, don't you?
I am launching my TV show. It starts in February. On Thursdays, the 4th, is my first show. Brilliance Business. So similar title to my radio show, Brilliance Business. This is TV where it is different to my radio show. We are going to be digging deep into leading experts' business lives, like the challenges that they have been through, the obstacles that they have overcome, and also tips and guidance and support for the viewers of how they can create more success in their lives. I'm really excited about it coming to TV. I'm also doing occasional Sundays, so that will be promoted as well. So it will be on E360 TV network on Thursdays and Sundays, occasional Sundays, 7 a.m. PST, which is around 10 a.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. UK time, and it's just going to be so exciting. I'm already booked out now for February with guests. We have some really big names coming on board, real estate investors, really high profile entrepreneurs. It's going to be a great show, and I'm really excited that it's being broadcast to millions of homes on Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, Android TV, really allowing me to get such inspirational messages out to such a big audience.
I love it. In fact, we get to preview the intro of the show, don't we?
We certainly do, yes.
Okay, guys, hold on to your chairs. Put the seatbelts on if you want to, because this one has some pizzazz. Let's do this. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love the beginning of your show.
I'm really excited to launch it. It's been such a natural progression for me because I got into media and PR. I was interviewed on a big radio TV network in America to an audience of 3 million. They asked me to co-host the show. From there, I got Brilliance Business Radio Show, which opened me up to all that I'm doing now with written credibility articles, radio interviews, press and major publication features, collaboration articles through MSP News Global. So the TV show has just been the natural progression and next step, and I'm really excited for the show to launch in February.
Oh, I am too. I cannot wait to see who you have as a guest and how, and just learn everything and to see how it all works. Because, again, thank you for being so open to share your inspiring story, because the inspiring story is not only what you've created now, but is the road to see that where you were and how you have created this. And so then anything and all things are possible, as those right now, we're still in January. Many are still saying, okay, I really have it in me. I know I have it in me. It's the beginning of the year. I am going to do it this year. And there really is, we have every tool right this moment to make that happen this year, if someone's willing to do the hard work, right?
Tamara, those clips you showed at the beginning, like I mentioned, had no profile. I just had a dream to be an inspirational speaker. I had no product, no service, apart from the book that I had to rush, Tips to Create the Life You Desire. I had to rush that book out so that I had a book to share when I was on the stage for the event I had created. I had no skills in public speaking, only a little bit of training at that time. So that event I created, it cost me a couple of thousand to put that event on.
Yes.
I had to sell tickets for the event to cover the cost of the event. I had to get speakers to speak on the stage with me to show myself as a speaker. I didn't have a business in social media entrepreneurship back then, Tamara. I just had a dream, a vision, and a strong belief that I could make it happen. So even though I'm speaking on stage, at that time I was not happy. I was struggling to make a success of myself. It was really, really hard. But I had that vision and the belief in myself to where I am now, to have built such an incredible PR agency, to have my own publishing platform, radio show, soon to be television show. It's like night and day, but I truly, truly know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like when you do want to be someone and you do have that belief, but you're not quite there yet. I honestly believe whatever dreams you have, you always must follow your passion and your purpose. The path will show up along the way. There are certain things I do need from people who would like to be seen, noticed and heard with media coverage. It's quite important that you have professional photos of yourself, a quite good functioning website. I need a short and a long bio, and it would be great if you do have some kind of product or service or some kind of launch that you are looking to promote. If that is you, I can support you to get noticed really, really quickly, help you to build your credibility, authority, give you the big exposure which leads to building trust, which leads to attracting clients. People can book a free consultation at www.contactmark.me. That's contactmark.me.
Yeah, in fact, I've got that here. I'm going to bring it back up. Or if someone wants to type that back in, oh, here it is, contactmark.me. Thank you, Carol, contactmark.me. And you have someone here, we have Anita, that has been kind of asking a few questions. 360 TV is a live stream platform. It's web TV. It's TV. And because there's now, you have cable TV, you have, you know, if you have a CD or DVD, you can put it to your TV. And now you've got the larger ability to have TV interconnected into the World Wide Web now. It makes total sense that we've gone to that next level. That's where you can have 80 million screens available to watch on TV, on their big screen TV, the TV show. And it looks spectacular when you see that. Absolutely spectacular. And then, and let's see, Anita was also stating, thank you. Is it for audience or speakers? I'd love for you to answer how that will be on your show.
So can you just clarify the question, Tamara?
I'm not quite sure what it is. Anita is mentioning it here. Thank you. For audience or speakers. I think what she may be mentioning or asking is for your show, the show that you're launching in February. Are you going to be, possibly we can answer it two different ways. Are you going to be having as guests speakers or entrepreneurs, business, you know, people, someone with something to offer, some kind of skills that they're doing, something to put them out there in a larger way? And then is the E360 TV platform and these shows for audience to be tuning in? Possibly.
So Brilliance Business TV is for conversations with leading experts in business. So you will see on the show experts in real estate investing, best-selling authors, publishers, keynote speakers, inspirational speakers, celebrities, coaching. Many coaches will be on the show, artists, creatives. It's such a wide, vast topic, business, so I will be spotlighting great experts on the show.
Oh, I see what she's saying. Yes, E360 TV was what you had when she was asking about, and Carol said that it's a free web app. Well, that is if you want to watch it on your TV, or I mean on your phone. You can go to your app phone, and so you can watch the TV shows on your phone, or you can watch it via the actual TV in your home. There's different ways. It's more complicated because it's just a matter of the fact that it's the internet and it has an internet delivery system. And so love to be able to answer any other questions. She's asking about E360 TV. It is a web platform. It's a web platform delivery system for TV shows. Does that answer it well, Mark?
Yes, and you can go to E360 TV on your Android, on your televisions through Apple TV, Roku TV, Fire TV, and all the other TV apps that are on those smart televisions as well.
Right, exactly. So it's a TV network. It's basically like, think of NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox News, or Fox Network. Those are the networks within the traditional TV program platform, and they're under a certain type of streaming law. Now you've got the web TV networks, and there's different ones. E360 TV is one of the web TV networks, and so it's similar to an NBC and a CBS, ABC, yet it's on the internet and through web TV platforms. And so that's, I think, the best way that I can explain E360 TV. It's a wonderful, I will say this, being a proud host of on the E360 TV platform, is that the president of the organization, of the network, is someone that I can believe in. The type of programming and the shows that are available in the different channels, the specialties, are things I am proud to be associated with. That's why I'm so excited that you have joined the E360 TV platform, because we were talking about this, before we went live. It's something that we're proud to be a part of.
I'm really, really happy to be involved. I'm done all my onboarding. The show's ready to go. I've got one rehearsal on Saturday before we go live, and then we're ready to go. So I'm excited to bring Brilliance Business to the network.
I am too. And you know what? Yes, since Amazon Live isn't available where you are, Amazon Fire TV should be something that you could access. That is a part of the Amazon family, and Amazon Fire TV does actually have on its web platform, it has the E360 TV network, and so you should be able to tap into it. Anita, great question.
And if not, get it on your phone. It's also broadcast to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram TV, and YouTube, so you can't have any excuse to miss a show.
Exactly, and that's what is so exciting about the here and now of 2021. We have talked about so many wonderful things about, where you have been, where you currently are, and where you're going, Mark. Yet, I'd love to hear, what nugget would you like to, priceless, brilliant nugget would you like to be able to leave us all with as we start to wrap up the Service Hero Show?
I would just like to say to anyone watching out there that has a big vision, a dream, or maybe you're going through challenging times, you could be suffering with some kind of addiction, bullying, all things that I have been through. Always believe in yourself, have a dream. It doesn't matter about your past or present circumstances. You can create any future reality that you would like to create. It starts with positive, empowering belief systems, making great choices, taking action, and repetition. If you're going through anything really, really challenging, never suffer alone. Seek support from a friend, a mentor, a teacher, a family member, someone that you can trust, because no one should ever suffer alone. But especially with addictions, it's really important you admit yourself you have a problem before anyone else can help you. Never suffer alone, but with a dream and a vision, you too can create any future reality that you desire.
I want to share an image to kind of wrap this all up, because here you are. Okay, we started with the time machine, and you've done all the different things that you've done. Now you're an ambassador for a Beverly Hills global high-end watch company, a jewelry company that specializes in watches, but is a jewelry company out of Beverly Hills and all of the major hubs of the international and all of the major jewelry areas internationally. And here you are. You have truly achieved what many people would say is the dream, right?
That watch is a $15,000 limited edition watch. I also have a second watch that Craig Shelley Beverly Hills sent to me to wear as a daytime watch. That's more of a special occasion watch. Who would have thought just those few years ago, from me speaking on that stage, not having a profile, to becoming an ambassador for such a great company. It's taking me to Beverly Hills, Las Vegas, maybe towards the end of this year, early next year, depending on the pandemic and travel. I'm just truly, truly grateful and blessed for what I am achieving now, Tamara, but at the same time, I do deserve it because I've worked really hard and I have struggled along the way, and I really have taken those steps to get to where I am today.
Absolutely. I want to say this, that at the very beginning of the show, I stated the fact that I would definitely, I believed, be making the case for Mark to be the service hero that he is. We've definitely done that. Also, I stated very boldly that we were going to share an inspiring story that I believed all of you would find inspiring to inspire others. And I do believe we've done that too. So, Mark, I'm excited to have your show start on the E360 TV platform on Thursdays at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, and that equals, 3 p.m. in the UK. Thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, Tamara, and maybe March, April we'll get you on Brilliance Business TV, because what you're doing with your non-profit is truly incredible to support those who are suffering with cancer. So I would love you as a guest. You're perfect for the show as well. Thank you once again for the amazing opportunity.
You're welcome. See you guys on Wednesday. Bye.